Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking through a couple player props I like on Prizepicks for tonight's NBA slate on Thursday, April the 20th. We do once again have 3 games tonight, 3 playoff games. We got Game 3 of the Nets and Sixers series, we got Game 3 of the Kings and Warriors series, and then we got Game 3 of the Clippers and Suns series. So 3-game slate, got 2 player props I want to share with you guys that I do like on Prizepicks for today, and we're going to change it up a little bit. You guys know that I normally like to look at the fantasy score category. Fantasy score is a category that I feel pretty comfortable projecting. It's one that I can usually pick out some props that I feel like are, lines that are either too high or too low. But lately, man, with the fantasy scores, we just haven't been able to hit them. So I'm going to try and change it up a little bit today. I actually got 2 assist props that I'm liking for today, and one of them is going to be an over, one of them is going to be an under. So we're going to talk through these 2 plays. We're going to share why I like them, but before we do get started, breaking down the plays, as always, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, and if they do help you out, make sure you hit that like button down below. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you're new to the channel, and if you've never signed up for Prizepicks before, you can sign up for Prizepicks and use my promo code Noah. When you sign up, you'll get your first deposit matched up to $100 when you do sign up with promo code Noah. And for those of you that have never heard about Prizepicks, very simple, easy site to use. A little bit different than your traditional sports books on Prizepicks. You're taking more or less on a player's projection, but it's all one payout. It's all a fixed payout, so there's no odds, there's no juice. It doesn't matter if a prop, whether you take the over or the under, you take more or less on a prop. It all pays out the same, and you can make. Or you have to make at least 2 picks, but you can make up to 6 picks, and you can win up to 25x your money on Prizepicks. And once you make your selections, you pick more or less, it'll tell you what the payout is. You can choose either a flex play or power play. So it's a lot of fun. You guys should definitely be playing on Prizepicks. And if you're not signed up for Prizepicks, again, use that code Noah. When you sign up, you'll get your first deposit matched up to $100. Now, before we do talk through our 2 plays for this Thursday slate, I want to recap the 2 plays we gave out in Wednesday's video. So Wednesday was once again a very frustrating day for us, man. Just haven't been able to get anything going in the playoffs. Like, I was really excited for the playoffs when they got here, but dude, the playoffs have just been like treating me so badly, and it's just been horrible lately, man. I can't get anything right. I feel like some nights I'm making just horrible reads, and then some nights we've definitely been getting unlucky. And I don't want to make excuses, but there have been nights where it's like we've been getting super unlucky, and I feel like we got a little bit unlucky Wednesday, especially with the Max Strus play. We took Max Strus's over fantasy score 20.5, and Max Strus was on pace to play like 42 minutes on Wednesday night. He was, I think he played 31 minutes after 3 quarters. He played the most minutes on the team. He played more minutes than Jimmy Butler. He played more minutes than Bam Adebayo. And if you go back and watch my video on Wednesday, the reason I like that Strus fantasy score so much was because without Tyler Hero, I was just expecting Strus to play a ton of minutes, and he was going to play a ton of minutes. He was going to play over 40 minutes if it was a competitive game, but Milwaukee went out there and just couldn't miss anything. They shot like 60% from 3. It was a 30-point game heading into the 4th quarter, and pretty much all the starters didn't play in the 4th quarter besides Duncan Robinson. So that was annoying, losing that Strus play because of the blowout. I feel pretty confident that if that game stayed competitive, if Strus got 4th quarter run, he would have hit. I mean, he needed 3 fantasy points in the 4th quarter, and obviously didn't play at all. And then we also took the over on Nikola Jokic's fantasy score. And there's really nothing to say about that one. Jokic played full minutes. He just didn't get there. He played 36 or 37 minutes. He almost had a triple-double, 27 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists, had 3 turnovers, finished with like 48 fantasy points. His line was at 52.5. I thought that line on Jokic was just too low if Jokic was going to play full minutes. And Jokic just didn't have the greatest game overall. Didn't really get there with the peripherals. He had a pretty good scoring game, but the rebounds and the assists came up a little bit short. Did have 3 turnovers too, but been frustrating, man, lately. Been frustrating, that's for sure. Hopefully today, guys, today we can get back on track, get back in the win column, and maybe with me changing things up a little bit, trying to take a look at some other categories besides fantasy score. I normally always take a look at all the other props, but fantasy scores are usually the ones that I look at first, and I really try and dive into. But taking a look at some assist props today, maybe that'll be what gets us into the win column. So 2 assist props I'm liking. One of them's going to be an over. Again, one of them's going to be an under. The first play that I like, it's going to be an over. I want to talk about Joel Embiid's assist prop. So Joel Embiid's assist prop on Prizepicks, it sits at 3.5. And I do like the over here. I do like Embiid to go over 3.5 assists. You look at his 2 games in this series. Game 1 of this series, Embiid had 3 assists in that one. Last game, though, Embiid got up to 7 assists. And if you look at his potential assists last game, he actually led the team in potential assists. He had 14 potential assists last game. And I think something that's really important to note, if you've been watching these games, these Brooklyn-Philly games like this series, the Nets have done a pretty like good job of limiting Embiid just in terms of like a scoring perspective. I mean, Embiid's really not been able to get much going offensively. Every time that Embiid has touched the ball, they've been double teaming him. They're bringing two guys on him. They're just doing whatever they can to keep the ball out of Embiid's hands. And if Embiid's going to continue to get double teamed, every time he touches the ball, he's going to be passing out a lot, and he's going to be probably finding a lot of open guys in the corner. It's just going to come down to these guys making their shots. But Embiid had 14 potential assists last game. He led the team in potentials. The game one of that series where he had 3 assists, I think he had 5 potentials in that one. So obviously not as many, but again, if Embiid's going to continue to get double teamed like this, if they're going to continue to bring a lot of defensive attention to him, and he's going to be forced to pass a lot, he should have a pretty good chance of getting over 3.5 assists, getting us 4 assists here. I mean, Embiid was consistently hitting 4+ assists a lot during the regular season, and that was just kind of with defenses treating him like normal. Now with Brooklyn keying in their defense on Embiid, doing whatever they can to keep the ball out of his hands, I think he's got a good chance to get 4 assists here. Embiid's assist rate this season, it's been like pretty solid. I think he's averaged about 4 assists per 36. And as long as this game does stay competitive, we know that Embiid is going to play probably 36 minutes, 37, 38 minutes. Brooklyn, obviously, they've not been playing that well in this series. They're down 0-2, but going back home, I expect Brooklyn to play well. I think Brooklyn does keep this game competitive. Embiid should play his full minutes here, barring a random blowout or random foul trouble. And again, with the Nets really keying in their defense on Embiid, making him pass out a lot, forcing a lot of double teams on him, I like his chances of getting 4 assists here. And if you do look on DraftKings Sportsbook right now, there's a lot of juice coming in on the over 3.5 assists for Embiid. It's already juiced up to -130. So honestly, wouldn't be surprised if you do see this line get bumped up to 4 sometime on Thursday, especially if there continues to be more money coming in on this over. So that is the first play that I do like for today. Is going to be Joel Embiid, more than 3.5 assists. And then the next play that I like is going to be an under. And this one's, I don't know how people are going to feel about this one, but this is one I took a good amount of time to look into. So Steph Curry's assist prop, it sits at 8 today. Obviously, it is inflated because Draymond Green is out for this game. You look at Curry's last 5 games, he's not even come close to this assist prop. He's averaged like 5 or 6 assists over his last 5 games. Averaging 5.4 assists over his last 5. Anytime you see something like this on Prizepicks, if you're someone that looks into last 5 games heavily, which you shouldn't be doing, but if you're someone that does look at last 5 games heavily, always think if you see a bunch of red, just think to yourself why does Prizepicks have the line where it's at? Why do the books have this line where it's at? There's a reason this line is set where it's at. There's a reason Steph Curry's assist prop is set at 8 today, and that's because Draymond is out. Normally, Curry's assist prop is like 5.5 or 6. And it's inflated because Draymond is out. But I took a lot of time to look through a lot of the games that Steph has played without Draymond this season. And his assist numbers have actually not really changed that much. He's played 2 games without Draymond this season. In those 2 games, he had 5 assists in both games. So obviously, he went under this line. One game, he led the team with 12 potential assists, which obviously, is not crazy. 12 potential assists. That's a good amount, but that's not one, if you told me before this game started that Curry was going to have 12 potential assists and his line was set at 8, I would definitely take the under. Normally, guys convert about half of their potential. So if a guy has 12 potential assists, on average, they're usually going to finish with about 6 assists. Sometimes it'll be more, depending on if teammates are making their shots. Sometimes it'll be less. But one game this season that Curry played without Draymond, he had 12 potential assists. Another game that he played without Draymond, he had just 6 potential assists. Which is obviously, not many. So the assist rate, the potential assists in the 2 games that Curry played without Draymond really, were not that high. You look at Curry's assist rate this season, his assist percentage. This season in the, minutes that he's played during the regular season, in the 1,938 minutes that Curry played during the regular season this season, he had a 27.39% assist percentage, which does lead the team. If you look at the minutes he's played without Draymond Green, he's played 496 minutes in the regular season with Draymond Green off the floor. His assist rate barely moves. It goes from 27.4% to 28%. A 0.6% or 0.7% bump, really less than a 1% bump in his assist percentage this season with Draymond off the floor. So Curry hasn't seen too much of a bump in his assist rate without Draymond. The 2 games he's played without Draymond Green this season, he had just 5 assists in. The potential assists in those games were not super high either. And I think in this game, in a game like this is obviously a huge game for the Warriors. It's a must-win game. They're down 0-2 in this series. I don't think Steph's just going to come out here and just start facilitating a ton. Like, I really feel like, if anything, Steph is going to have to take over and be super aggressive offensively, and I could definitely see this being a big scoring game for Steph. So I feel like, 8 assists, this is a line that I definitely think, at this line, I like getting it at 8, because even if Curry does finish with 8 here and we're taking the under, it's not like we're going to lose. If Embiid goes over and Curry pushes, we still get 1.5 extra money, which is we'll take that at this point. I mean, we'll take any kind of win we can get. I'm hoping not for 9 or for less than 9 assists for Curry. If he gets 8 and it's a push, so be it. If somehow this line does get bumped down to 7.5, I probably wouldn't take it at 7.5, because I think there's a chance that Curry could finish with 8 assists. But I like getting it at 8 because I feel like there's a pretty good chance he doesn't get up to 9 assists. And maybe I'll just look wrong here and I'll look stupid and Curry's going to go out there and have 15 assists tonight. But I really feel like when you look at the numbers this season without Draymond, when you look at his assist rate without Draymond, there really hasn't been a big boost for Steph. His assist rate hasn't changed that much. And with how the Warriors are playing right now, they need Steph's offense. They don't need him to go out there and facilitate. They need him to score. He's probably going to have to put up a big scoring game here if the Warriors want to win this game. So under or less than 8 assists for Steph Curry is a prop that I do like for today. And again, I'm not just taking this because of the last 5 games. I kind of broke that down for you guys. You don't want to just look at last 5 games and immediately think that that is the winning answer, because obviously, when you look at the last 5, you would think, oh, this is an easy under. Well, there's a reason the line is at 8 today. Obviously, that reason is because Draymond is out, but I tried to take more of a look at it and see why the line was so high. And I really feel like this line shouldn't be this high. If anything, I think this line should be like 7 or 7.5. I feel like 8 is just too high. And again, when we're taking the under on 8, really we're hoping that Curry has less. We just don't want him to get 9 assists, because if he gets 9 assists, it's a loss. But if he gets 8, it's not a loss. I mean, we still could get 1.5 extra money if Joel Embiid goes over his assist prop. So that's the reason I like this under 8 assists for Curry. I know taking an under on Steph Curry in the playoffs is not going to make you feel good, because Curry's going to play really big minutes if it's a close game, but I really don't feel like he's just going to go out there and facilitate a ton. I feel like this is a game that Curry's going to have to score, and when you look at the games he's played without Draymond this season, it really hasn't resulted in him getting a ton of assists. It's just kind of things have been as usual. So that's what I like for today as our 2 picks, guys. Taking more than 3.5 assists for Joel Embiid and less than 8 assists for Steph Curry. Again, these are 2 early picks I like for this Thursday slate. As always, I'll be taking a look at the board again on Thursday afternoon, trying to find some more props I like. I've been giving out some MLB plays on Patreon. MLB plays have kind of been up and down lately, man. I'll be honest with you. It's been tough MLB season to start. NBA's been going poorly as well. It's just been horrible for me lately on Prizepicks, but I know at some point we're going to break out of this slump. And if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, and if you do want more Prizepicks plays from me, I provide those over on Patreon. You can check that out. Linked down below in the description. But I appreciate you guys watching the video. As always, hit that like button if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And be sure to check out Prizepicks as well. If you guys are not signed up for Prizepicks yet, you can use that promo code NOAH. When you sign up, you'll get your first deposit matched up to $100 when you sign up with my promo code. But good luck on this slate, guys. Appreciate you watching the video. As always, hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.